like a rock. I was strong as I could be.
Thank you for joining us this evening. We have been fortunate enough to get an actual interview with a real cult member. I can't disclose the location we're at because it's secretive. Let me just first say welcome to the show. I would like to start off with, I read your guys' cult doctrine. There's some crazy stuff in there. You're actually saying that you're a deity and that all your followers will go to eternal salvation if they follow everything you say. Is that correct? It's good to be here today. Actually, as with any cult around, we created myths about myself to make it seem like I'm a kind of godlike person. And with any godlike person, I'm the way to salvation. I'm the way for these people to be happy for the rest of their lives. But all cults do that. Well, and the best part is, since they all believe I'm a god, who's going to tell God no if I tell him to do something? No one. So they do everything I ask. Now, come on. Surely only the vulnerable, unstable, stupid could even come close to believing something like that. Yes, the vulnerable and lonely are the easiest targets, like college students trying to find their place, and just basically people who have not yet found their place in life, not yet found a group to belong with. I give them a group. I give them a place to belong. Yes, those are the easiest targets, but even just more recently, we have dentists, lawyers, widows, actually intelligent, successful people. They drop everything. They drop a high-paying job. They drop everything just to come join us. It's kind of strange, but that's how it works. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Are you in college? Unsure what you are going to do in life? Do you need to find a place to belong? Hi, Billy Mays here with Mikestown. Joining us will be the best decision you ever made. We promise a fine living establishment with other members who think just like you. We offer eternal salvation to all of our members if they follow the rules. Go out and meet new people, all whom you will convince to join with you. But wait! I'm still not done! Become a follower of ours, and you will become the follower of a deity. Here's how to order. All it takes is for you to leave your friends and family and move in with us for life. There can no longer be contact with the outside world, and that includes letters from families and any publications not provided by us. Members will be required to provide money, labor, property, sexual favors, and spend time recruiting new members. Just a small price to pay. Call now!
Now let me ask you this. What if your members doubt you and don't believe what you say? What do you do? Oh man, if they doubt me, that's where the fun begins. First, we might start off with some kind of horrific punishment. Now, depending on the crime, if they just disagree with me, I might make them go work the field. The master said I have to do hard work because I am being punished. The devil placed bad thoughts into my head and those must be purged. But other times, there's some severe punishments. Most of the time, public. Yes, I am a doctor. We've had many people come in before that left cults, and they were pretty bad. The punishments these cult leaders have used were horrendous. We once had a poor woman who was forced to sleep with all the members she didn't like, right in public, right in the middle of town in front of everyone, just to make an example of her. I've also had one patient who was forced to sit in a bathtub that was extremely warm, over 120 degrees or something like that. And they were forced to sit in a tiny 5x5 cell with just a toilet and a TV that displayed the cult leader's voice just constantly over and over and over and over and over. Most of my ex-cult member patients were punished pretty bad through the mental punishments, like isolation, humiliation, embarrassment. But there is a few times where physical harm is brought to these poor people. Like the poor woman I talked about earlier that had forced sex on her. And acts like that all the time throughout all these cults. It's terrible. Over and over and over and over again. And I made sure she did it in front of everyone. Gotta keep your people in line. That's the most important part. One of the more important parts of owning a cult. One special way, so that the members don't disagree with me, is you have to distract them from any kind of undesirable thoughts. Any other thought that is not of the cult is of the devil. That's a line you will always remember. And another way, you have to not let them think for themselves whatsoever. Like, first of all, you deprive them of food, you deprive them of drink, you deprive them of sleep. If they're hungry, tired, and thirsty, they're not going to think about anything else. They're going to think about being hungry, tired, and thirsty. They're not going to have any kind of meaningful thought against what you have planned for them. Me and many of my cult brethren will actually just follow them around, reciting the passages from my Bible. Just follow them around, even if they go in the bathroom. You just keep follow them around, reciting the same thing over and over and over again. They'll never break away from it. And they'll be too afraid to leave for fear of having some kind of severe punishment, which I sometimes give myself. Are there any benefits for them, not you, for them, for joining your cult? If you have to know one thing about cults, is cults are for the leader and by the leader. They are created by the leader for their own gain, be it they want money, power, they're crazy, anything. I created my cult so I can get people to give me their money and stuff. I get sex whenever I want. Who wouldn't want that? We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
He is the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always join cults, but when I do, I prefer Mikestown. Stay obedient, my friends.
If many people who join cults are actually intelligent, successful, sometimes dentists and lawyers, how do you convince them to join with your crazy plan? There are a few techniques that many cult leaders use to get even intelligent people to join up. We isolate everyone completely. Remove all outside sources of information. No family, no friends is allowed to visit. Anything that is not from my cult is from the devil. And one way to prove their loyalty, we do something called suicide drills. Because if you're willing to live in this world, you better be willing to die in this world. And many cults will fixate members' vision on a phantom, which is like some kind of promised land, salvation, a heaven-like thing, if you will. I promise my members, they follow and do exactly what I say, they're going to go to some kind of salvation. They don't even know what it is. They just know it's a salvation. When new recruits come in, we do something what is called love bombing. We give them attention, praise, support, sex, food, anything they want for a while. I mean, if they want that to continue, why would they want to leave? And another way we get people to stick with us a little bit is through a process called self-selling. Basically, we send our recruits out to convert and proselytize all these unredeemed people, and by doing so, they say, basically we make the members say like how terrible their lives was. They were addicted to drugs, sex, alcohol, gambling, any of that stuff. But when they joined us, that's where everything changed and life was good again. And by doing this, once they start talking and keep saying this over and over and over again, they will be convinced themselves. They'll end up selling the cult to themselves. It works very well. I thank you for your time. Have a good night and good luck with that God thing. And to you, the viewer, good night.
I can smile.